What's up, Scrappy peeps? It's Del from Inkie Quill, and it's time for another Grab 5 challenge. So this month I'm using the same Grab 5 items that I used last month. So this first little clip might look familiar, but I'm doing a completely different layout and using them in a different way. So I've got some painted papers, I've got puffy stickers, some clear stickers, and I've also got some of these wood buttons. If you watched the last video, you'll know how I feel about them, and also some sequins as well. So this time I used up a lot of the painted papers that I had actually selected in the last one. I didn't really have that many left for what I wanted to do. And I decided to grab a painting that Archie had done and use it for my background. Now, this photo has absolutely nothing to do with Archie painting or with doing crafts with a toddler, but I thought it was nice to include some of his artwork as my background. And if you are a fellow hoarder of kids' artwork, if you have grandchildren, children, friends who like to make more artwork than you know what to do with, use them as background papers. Now, they won't be acid free, of course, but they are a fun little pop of colour in your scrapbook albums. So I break my ATG, as I do this so often. It's working again now. I paused the camera and had some stern words with it because, my goodness, yep, there it goes, gone. Off camera, I just added some tape to the back of his painting, and I'm attaching it to an old paper from my stash. I am trying to use up some older pattern papers from my stash that I've been hoarding for a while, and I have a feeling that one was either a Scraptastic one or a Studio Calico one. I really liked it, but it's very busy, and so I feel like it was much easier to use in kind of a small dose as a border for here, and it contrasted really nicely with the busy bright colour of the painting compared to the border. So then I wanted my photo to pop a little bit too and not get lost on there. This is Archie's Pout. He has learnt to pout, and I think a family member taught him how to pout, and I must admit I do love it. It's such a serious pout, and so I had to grab a photo while I could. And I also love that Frida's just sitting there in the background, just, casually posing, ready for her photo opportunity as well. Frida never misses a photo opportunity. I do get a lot of questions about the buns, and they're both still going well. Poppet, I think, we were trying to work it out. Oh my goodness, loud motorbike. What are you doing outside my window? I think Poppet is about 8, I want to say. And I think Frida is 6 and a bit. I think that's how it works out. And yep, they're still going good. Archie loves them, gets along with them well. And they're still as cheeky as ever. For the papers for this one, for my layering papers, the photo itself didn't really have any colours apart from the orange and red of his plate, and I decided to contrast that a little bit with blues and purples just to make the reds and oranges pop a little bit. Once again, fighting with the ATG. It's because I buy the tape that I bought in bulk, and it was dodgy. It would, instead of being one long roll of ATG tape, it was cut into different segments. So it would just, halfway through using it, it would just stop, and then you'd have to rethread it all again. ATG tape here in Australia is very pricey. I think it's about, I looked not too long ago, and I think it was about $30 for 2 rolls, which with the amount that I go through is just a little too expensive for my pocket. So I do have to make do with a cheaper alternative. Then I have this tiny little slither. It's just part of a manufacturing strip off of pattern paper, and I just had to use it. I couldn't resist. And then I'm just trying to figure out where on earth to put my photo, and I decided to pop it here just so that you can see those little pops of yellow in his background painting. I wanted to make sure that you could still see them just because I felt like it needed brightening up a little bit. And then I had a bit of trouble with the puffy stickers, honestly, that I had left. I used up all of the hearts and the stars on last month's layout, and I had some words left that either weren't the right color scheme or just didn't match with the photo. And I decided I use a few of them that work out, and then had a look for these clear stickers to see what else could work. And I'm just trying to pop them in spaces that are paler so that you can actually read them, and just trying to use up as many as I can so that I can I have a couple of these sticker sheets actually, because I was on the Cocoa Vanilla DT and I absolutely love them, but when you do have a few of them, it's nice to use up quite a few at the same time, because you've always got another set in your stash. Then I realized that there were these little hearts, and they were perfect because they kind of had a watercolory look, and I know he didn't use watercolor for the background, it's not the same type of paint, but it gave it a bit of a painty feel. And so I'm just scattering those around everywhere, of course, trying to get as many as I can on the page, filling up those little spaces. And then I had to think about my title. I had no idea what to do, and I realized I hadn't used my wood buttons. I can't cheat. I can't not use my wood buttons. I did record a voiceover recently. I don't know. I think it might have already been up. It might have been a video back in June. And I realized when doing the voiceover, when doing the end reveal, that I had only used 4 of my 5 items. Whoopsies. But I did make sure that I used all 5 this time. It's very easy to forget when you've got other supplies on your desk as well. So it's nice to kind of limit yourself and do a bit of a check when you've finished to make sure you've got all 5 things on there. So once again, peeling off the foam off these wood buttons, just to make them a bit thinner. They're so thick and chunky, and even though I am the queen of multiple albums, and having too many albums isn't a concern yet, baby 2 hasn't arrived yet, so yeah, we might be in trouble there, but it's frustrating when your layout is unnecessarily thick without you wanting it to be. So if you ever have something that, like chipboard for example, you can always split and peel off some of the back just to make it a little bit thinner if you want to. It's nice to try and manipulate the products to make it suit what you want. Then it's time for some sequins, and I grabbed some more from my stash. I wanted a little pop of blue, and I had this beautiful lilac color. I love that color. It was the color of my bridesmaids' dresses, so I have a bit of a soft spot for it. It's a very pale, kind of pinky purpley color, and these sequins are tiny. I got glossy accents all over my fingers doing this, so I wouldn't recommend using sequins that tiny, but I love the way that they looked. I've got these alphabet thickers that a beautiful subscriber sent me, and I've been busting to use them, so I thought that would be cute on this layout. And so I just decided to call it a very original title of that Pout, just because it seemed like an appropriate title and it fit under my photo as well. I wanted to add a bit of journaling, but not too much, and so I didn't want to make it any more busy. It was already quite a busy page with the painted background, and so I just journaled using my Pilot G2 pen in a size 07 all across the bottom, and that pen writes really nicely on top of acrylic paint. Time for some shake, 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 shake your hearty shine, shake your hearty shine. Time for some hearty shine, and I do apologize, I know I can't sing, but it's become a thing now, and I can't use the hearty shine without singing my song. This layout is almost done. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've got a few more Grab 5s filmed because I'm pre-filming everything so that I can take some quotation maternity leave But I have some more grab fives coming, including some Project Life grab fives, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Until next time, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you watched till the end, it helps me out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!